Have you ever wondered how we as a society have changed so much and quickly over the years? I've been researching this topic and have found many examples that prove my stance on how pop culture has impacted us as people. Growing up, we all grew up watching family shows that depicted a family that was facing some sort of problem, but eventually they would overcome it gracefully. I'm going to explain how TV shows, specifically Full House, has impacted us as a society and it continues to shape this generation. This has helped us to face adversity head on and show the difference between what is now accepted and what was acceptable for family viewing. We will begin with the most influential, adversity. Growing up, we face hardships and are already difficult to navigate adolescence. And according to Dr. Borba, a child's humanity can be opened up by the right viewing program. Specific episodes geared towards problems that we will face and be dealt, we can develop values based on what we are exposed to. The more we are exposed to good values and good ideas that are age appropriate, we begin to incorporate them into our daily lives. This helps to make decisions on certain problems like bullying and relationships. Eating Recovery Center estimates 5% of women experience bulimia nervosa in their life. Young girls tend to have self-esteem issues and unrealistic expectations for how they should look. This in turn can be devastating and have a great impact on their health. The episode Shape Up features young DJ battling her own cause of bulimia nervosa. This showed young girls there is a way out and that they can recover from something like this just by asking for help. These are just a few ways having an influential show in your life that you can relate to can shape a group. This also flows into how we have changed as a whole over the course of 30 or so years. As time goes on, lifestyles and what is considered traditional views change due to society evolving. In their new spin-off Fuller House, the adult version of the Tanner household, which often features alcohol and more mature debates, the original Fuller House had a more wholesome approach. With these topics, this proves this is more appropriate in today's age. The NIAAA said 24.6 14 to 15-year-olds have had at least one drink of alcohol. This is especially concerning not only because of the age, but the risk for addiction that comes with this. A youth is more vulnerable to addiction because it can become a coping mechanism. This can be problematic because intoxication is linked to suicide attempts in teens and young adults, as concluded by Dr. Roxanne Dryden Edwards. In the late 80s, sitcoms and movies had depth, whereas now it seems to be more of a sexualized nature. What is acceptable now would definitely not have been 30 years ago. There tends to be many more innuendos and inappropriate attire altogether. With the transition from then to now, younger teens are dressing more inappropriate and trying to appear much older than they would have been, say, in the 80s and even the 90s. As you can see from these examples, this seems to be concrete in the fact that we are shaped by pop culture in one way or another. In conclusion, things will continue to change over time. I think a lot of what is hard to accept is the slow but dramatic adaptation to different ways, which is going to be inevitable. We are going to evolve. It doesn't matter if you watch YouTube or Hallmark movies, what you watch will continue to shape us as a whole. Thank you.